I'm Kaushik Mitra. I'm very happy to be here and share with you all a little bit of my story. I started in a middle class Bengali family in Calcutta. I've almost lived two lives. And in my first life, things were tough. I was not clear about what I wanted to do. Confidence was low. And I used to look at all those people who were confident, successful, and I wanted to be like them. And I could never imagine that one day I will be looking at life from the same vantage point. So I'm here to tell you about my story from my first life to the second. Because all of us go through that, what I call the arc of accordance. For me, it is a alignment of my head, heart, and hand, which has brought me to where I am today. I've spent more than 35 years in the corporate world. I've worked in Indian organizations like the Tatas. I've worked with multinational companies like GE, Reckitt Benckiser. I spent my last 24 years in PepsiCo, mostly in CFO roles. And I've also worked in India and outside India. I've worked in the Middle East, I've worked in Asia Pacific. All of you would have heard of our iconic CEO, Indra Nooyi. And she had coined this term, performance with purpose. In a way, I see my life aligning with this performance with purpose mantra. Last 35 years for me has been about performance. I am now pivoting to a very purpose driven phase of my life. And in this new phase, I want to give back all those lessons, experiences that I have learned from all the situations that I've faced. I want to pay it forward to folks like you who are either starting your careers, deciding what you want to do, or in mid career trying to navigate the journey ahead. I am going to be a faculty at the FirstBridge Business School, Gurgaon. The way I want to see my classroom, a setup where we are discussing real life situations. We are discussing exactly what happens in a boardroom, how to take decisions and learn from a failure. I've always asked myself this question: what does a finance person really do? What is the job of a CFO? But in every meeting that I've been in, every business situation that I've been in so many parts of the world for so many years, I have come away with one conviction, and that is what I call having a owner's mindset, having a shareholder value creation mindset. Imagine a room where you have an owner sitting in the room when you're taking a decision. The finance person and the CFO has to have that mindset because in finance, it is the language of the business. We are able to connect the dots across the organization and we are able to bring everything together. The role of CFOs are also changing. Earlier, it used to be more of accounting, tax, and the technical side was more important. So don't get me wrong, that's still very, very important. But as I look at the environment today, and more so going forward, CFOs need to play and finance professionals need to play a navigator catalyst role. Imagine you're sitting in the cockpit of the plane with the CEO beside you or your business partner with you, understanding what's happening outside in our external environment, good things and bad things, and then bringing it back and making the organization ready to face the challenges or take advantage of the opportunity. Finance also plays strategic transformation role. CFOs are thinking about where to invest for the future. We are going to talk about adaptability. Now, I can tell you every new place brought 3 degrees of change for me. A new location, a new set of people, completely new culture. Nobody knew me. I had to build my trust right from the beginning. How do you build trust? As Stephen Covey says, things happen at the speed of trust. Trust is like a bank account. You deposit trust monies into that account. And I'm extremely privileged to be part of this FirstBridge journey. It's a very, very exciting business school focusing more on teaching you what really matters. So, we are going to complement theory with real life experiences, lived experiences. Yes, and nothing happens today without talking about artificial intelligence. Look, for finance, I'll tell you, if you're worried about what artificial intelligence and AI algorithms are going to do in terms of your jobs, if I really think deeply about it, I have seen finance being always busy. We are the ones who turn on the lights and turn off the lights. I have seen it universally. I've seen it in the Dubai office. I've seen it in the Hong Kong office. I've seen it in the Ho Chi Minh City office. I've seen it in the Gurgaon office, the Chennai office, you name it. If we make AI an ally, we will be able to move from being busy to being available. Nobody cares how busy you are, but people really want you to be on the decision making table. People really want you to be available when they come to you with a problem. Difference between an ordinary finance person and a great finance person is availability. We are all bright, we all have intelligence, we have a lot of knowledge. What we really need to master is how to manage our time better, how to work smarter, and therefore AI comes in as an ally. So think of how we can use AI productively in the workplace, and we'll talk about that in the finance class.